is Levels Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG Willie Mason, the bro, Lukey Stowe, and we have a shortened week of footy, boys. Yeah. Only the 5 games. It's Origin time. Mate, you've gone the earliest of crows with the New South Wales shirt. You just pumped to be a blue at the moment, aren't you?
Just want it. I want to sweep. I want to get them repping it until we go all the way. We're next week. This is our last. We'll go hit this one, then next week, and we've got the Monday one. So I'll be over in Perth on Monday.
Have you got any definitive plans that you can announce now for some of the gigs that you're doing over there, or are you still working on that?
I've got one with the great Alfie Langer.
Yeah, where's that at?
It's I'll get you the details, but he's what a legend. Because I was going to get JT, because I was thinking who, because not many are going over. It's not like you can get Queensland, New Sydney. Everybody's there. Fucking Perth. She's a trek.
Yep.
It's a trek, so it's got to be worth your while. So I'll just get the information up.
No, and while you're getting it, no disrespect to JT, who I believe will be an immortal one day.
Yeah, Alfie Langer.
I think I'd prefer to see Alfie.
Alfie. So Monday, June the 16th, the Campfield in Perth from 6:30 p.m. So me and the great Alan Langer will be up there just telling some war stories. And
is that the Tuesday or the Wednesday?
It's Monday.
Monday, nice and early.
It's nice and early. So that's why I'm going over there on Sunday.
I reckon there'll be a fair few people
on Tuesday,
that are going over for the full week. Yeah. Maybe a Monday to Thursday trip.
Wednesday. Then I'm going to do an after party, right? So I know Johnny O'Driscoll, he's a good dude. He runs Perth, right? And I saw him last time I was in Perth 3 years ago. No, that's the Irish guy.
Yeah.
So it's at his nightclub, right? It's called Truth, hosted by yours truly, Willie Mason. VIP booze, it's all pretty locked in, right? If I'm a player right now or ex-player or whatever, I want to be at somewhere like this. No phones, no nothing, everything all put away. Get your own VIP sort of booth, you know what I mean? There's all bar services, everything. Get looked after, right?
He's going to be there as well?
Yeah, you get looked after, right? So if New South Wales, I said, because he was going to say, we're going to say New South Wales after party win. I said, don't get too cocky, because he's New South Wales. I said, make sure it's all inclusive. Origin, right? Because, JT might be floating around. Like Sammy Friday, Nate Miles, all these sort of blokes, I said, don't worry about the current players. It ain't like 20 years ago when we're like, where the fuck's the after party? Yeah. It's like, no. They'll be doing ice baths and shit like that. There'll be no chance. So just think about trying to get and it's very exclusive, right? It's only about 300 or 400 tickets.
Okay.
So it's not going to be like a free-for-all, very private, families, everything like that. You know what I mean? So it's he does things proper.
Okay.
He runs Perth. Him and a couple of boys that I knew that I went over there for three years ago, I ran into him. So he looks after me a bit over there. He's picking me up in a gold-plated AMG, one of those fucking the 4-wheel drive. What is it? What are they called?
CL55s.
What? No, the 4-wheel drive things. The G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon.
A G-Wagon. You know in Dubai how they have all these sick, it's not like gold, just bullshit. It's gold-plated G-Wagon. He goes, I'll pick you up. And I went, fuck, I'd rather get an Uber. No, but he's done. Yeah, he runs there. So that'll be the after part. That'll be the after party. So hopefully we do win. And just because obviously he's going to be at 35,000 people traveling. I reckon 30, 40,000, you reckon?
What's the capacity for Optus, Lukey?
68.
68?
Something like that. It's massive. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's a mad ground. So 8 o'clock till about 2 o'clock.
Yep.
So we'll be there. Be good time. Awesome. Not for current players. I just told him, it ain't like it was 20 years ago. If we win, lose or draw, it's an Origin game. If we're in Brisbane, we're at GPO. If we're in Sydney, we're in the Cross, and things were just happening. And there's no social media, so you can do what you want. Perth might be a little bit bit discreet if New South Wales win, which hopefully they do. If you've got the bye, you might have a little bit of a crack.
Yeah, I anticipate a couple. Yeah, well, so we'll get to that in a bit because, by the way, in the presser as well, Ivan already ruled out all these Penrith players. So I think most teams, because of the turnaround and the travel from Perth,
it's big, man.
So the Panthers play the Warriors. So Ivan said it in the presser after. None of them are playing. It's like he's not even considering it. So that's some early mail on that, and I'd imagine. A lot of the teams, especially if you're right. If New South Wales win, it might not be the benders of the years past.
No, it won't. But you want to
for sure they're going to have.
But if you're going to go to a place, come here because you're looked after, right? Security's there, all locked down. There's no phones. There's no bullshit. I mean, I've been in there before. It's like it's a club that you'd want to be in.
Do they take your phones off you, or you just
no phones, mate? Yeah, no phones. Just all privacy because it's a part that's for the public, and then a part just for us.
Oh, I like it.
You guys will be there.
Eels have the 6:50. I've already mapped it out from the hotel.
Oh, you've already look here.
Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah. So whoever's got the buy, I mean, it would be good. So just to even get like, a couple of punters in and everything like that. Look to be a lot of corporates over there. They all want to get looked after. So Perth look after their own, mate. So they look after him. So I'm part of his.
Queensland normally look after their own, but they haven't. Pick and stick has been the
It's been the narrative. It's been the narrative of the whole. I don't know. There's been some shit being said. I said it last week. I'm like, fuck, mate. They can't stick.
It's funny that off the back of that, the amount of Queensland support for Triple OG.
Oh.
A lot of Queenslanders were loving your comments on it. Yeah. But let's get to Queensland because the official squad now has been named. Yeah. We didn't have the 1 to 20. So we've got some huge changes too, by the way. We anticipated, obviously, Tom Dearden to be the half.
Yeah.
Money was announced as the skipper, but in particular around the bench and then the 18, 19 and 20 I want to discuss. So
do you think, sorry, we'll get to the bench but because of our bench is so super, the impact was massive, right?
Yeah.
You could clearly see it. The Queensland had no impact with because I think Liero is a starter, right? He is a starter. But come on, man, fucking Carrigan.
You'd have to think that. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense outside of trying to weather the storm.
I think it's a bit of smoke and mirrors. I'm not starting Fodawaker.
Okay.
No, I'm starting. I think Collins will start.
Okay.
And Fodawaker will come off the bench because I think he can have more punch than Collins off the bench.
All right, let's go top to bottom. Let's go top to bottom and work our way down. Just jumped off the pod. This one's from Barry Matthews. Just jumped off the pod to check the Queensland team list as I'm listening to you two discuss possible lineups. Queensland bench is stacked with Carrigan, Collins, Nanai and Mann. Do you think they will switch Coates back to the left against Lomax in this game as well? I know they wanted to target Toto. That didn't quite work out. I would love to see that aerial battle. Let's start in the back line. Only the one change. Tommy Dearden confirmed the 7. Yeah. You like it. The more I've talked about it over the last couple of days, specifically we talked about it with Foz yesterday as well. He just thinks they're going to play up tempo, more direct, flat and fast.
Yeah, that's how Dearden plays. Yeah. He attacks. He sees he sees half a gap. He goes for it. Like DC is a different sort of player. They're totally different players. Dearden, he digs right into the line. Cherry, I keep going back. Cherry is nearly 37 years old. Come on, man. Like he's doing good to play fucking NRL, let alone the best of the best in Origin. So, right, you lose a bit of a step, right? You lose a little bit of a step. Dearden is in his prime right now. This is a must-win game, hence all the changes. I like the way Dearden plays. I love the way that he attacks both sides of the rucks, takes pressure off Money there. Money can sit on that left edge. He can take short sides. He can take Money short side. He can go open. He digs into the line. Fucking very good defender. The kicking game is just not as good as DCE. That's what DCE had on him, right?
Helps with Kalen at the back, though.
Yeah, but exactly. I was going to say Money, Kalen, and Harry can kick out a dummy half.
And again, like once I reviewed, I watched the first half back and we talked about it last week. Money did a lot of the kicking early on as well in that game. I don't know if it was just the way the circumstances played out.
A lot of pressure put on him too.
Yeah,
from the dog.
Because Ches was attacking a fair bit down that right edge. So maybe that's just the way the game played out. But Money said last week he wants to run more. He's obviously going to have to kick better.
They're both runners too, man.
Yeah.
Like Dearden, you like he's proved it. He can make a line break. You don't put full contact in him, and you think that he's a little fella. He's very strong in the hips. He's shrugged that many people off. So near the line, under fatigue, if he goes at you, steps off his right or left, he can attack both sides of the ruck. He's just he's a little goal. He just has a crack, and he's a gun. Like he can play. It's his turn. A lot of pressure on him. Now he's taken DC. He's played fucking captain Queensland 22 times.
Yep.
You're taking his spot in a game 2 where you could be fucking done.
You know what? To be fair as well, and we all love Tommy Dearden, there is a huge amount of pressure for not only he's taken over DCE, but we'll get to it a bit. You've got Ezra waiting there in the shadows. You've got Sam Walker playing his first game back this week. People have talked about Fogarty. I like Fogarty as an NRL first grader. He's probably missed the boat, mate. He's going to have a really strong career to finish off.
They would all have to be injured for Fogarty to get an Origin
something
jersey.
Like that.
Come on, let's not fucking fuck around. You got Sam Walker. You got all these other guys in there.
Yeah, younger players.
He's
emerging.
32.
Jackson Purdue's of the world.
Yeah,
there's probably a couple more that we're forgetting right now as well.
He's a good player. He's a very, very elite first grader.
Yeah, solid NRL player. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would do a job. I'm not saying he wouldn't do a job.
I know,
You
yeah.
pick him in Origin, he's going to do a job.
I don't think we need to explain that
Not
anymore.
it. Done.
All good. Kurt Capewell, he starts. Jeremiah and I drop to the bench. What do you think?
Nah.
What are they thinking there?
I'm thinking because, again, there's bench players and there's starters.
Yep.
Capewell's not a bench player. He's
Yeah,
a
okay.
starter.
Okay.
Nanai has explosive power. He comes off. He can make big hits. He can run real hard. He's got an offload. So they're trying to pick players who can come off the bench and be really impactful.
It's all about the second wave, isn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Vermore, starter. You got to
Yeah.
start him. I told him at the start. Starter or Leo, they're both starters. You either start them or you don't have them. You got to pick
did
people
say that.
who can play off the bench. It's a very important role,
Yeah.
right? I remember coming off the bench for my first couple of Origin series because like I could play multiple positions in the middle and on the edge, and I had good leg speed, and so it made a difference when Jason Riles or Marco Mealy come off, right? So like you can't, or I could start, right? It's just. You got to have both. You could start Lenu or you could put him off the bench. He's an animal off the bench, right? So you got to pick the right people off the bench because it's a 17-man game now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're looking at that. That's what I'm looking at with Billy making these changes. Even Carrigan's got great leg speed.
Yeah.
He can come on and go Carrigan just in the last 15 minutes. Imagine a fresh Carrigan coming on, just fucking shooting out of the line at Payne Haas while he's at the back end of his little stint, right? Stefano, Lenu, you know what I mean? So they're trying to match fire with fire.
Okay, here's my question.
That's what I think.
The first 25 minutes, I thought the Queensland held on for as long as they could, considering the circumstances of the errors, the penalties, and accumulation of things, kicking game, field position. Can Liero and Capewell at least maintain that first 25 minutes where it allows the second wave of Jeremiah and Paddy Carrigan to have an impact?
And it ain't even that. It's the middles more than those
and
edge
Tino?
players. Mo and Tino. Tino needs someone else who can, like, I know Fodawaker, he's a decent bench player. He's a good first grader. But, like, they ran through the middle, right? It was one off the ruck. No support, no nothing. And they were making 60 metres. That's fucking unheard of in Origin. It was just zero respect for the middle. Zero respect. Fucking Liam Martin come off his edge, Crichton coming off his edge, one pass, bang, straight into the middle.
So
you know
who's
what I mean?
the guy to fix that? Because you don't want Mo, you want Mo off the bench. Do you think Lindsay can be that guy to weather the storm or not?
Lindsay could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could. Like, he's a big body, and when he's on, he can play. When he's on, he's on. He can hit. He can. When he's got that real mongrel in him, he's got that in him. He just needed a couple of games. He played 28 minutes. He was out for 6 weeks, played 28, got thrown straight in the cauldron, right? I just think he's a bigger body. Mo's little, right? Unless Mo just plays lights out.
Mo's not little.
Yeah, but he's different body size.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's about as tall as Reem.
We haven't done one of them in a while.
I don't know.
been a while.
I think he might be a bit taller than Reem.
Shout out to 6'1".
Love you, 6'1". I think he's a little bit dusty this morning. But I just think they need a bigger body. So when you're just...
Did he have that surfing thing over the weekend?
Yeah. He was up there fucking... So when you... It's just the optical... It's an illusion, right?
Yeah.
Like when you see 6'5", you know, all these big bodies, right? Like
Who's that for
Queensland?
Payne Haas?
So Payne Haas, these are like Lindsay Collins, big boy, but he looks
okay,
at Fodawaker.
gotcha.
He looks at Fodawaker and go, I don't fear that. You know? I don't like him and Tino and him. They're pretty equal, right? Tino can't battle everybody, mate. You know what I mean? Like he's got Stefano, another big 6'5", 115 kilo machine. Who's going to hit him? You know, like same similar body type to Barnett. I don't know. Lindsay could
Stefano's
do a job.
bigger than Mitchie.
Yeah, only just probably not as. Yeah, I think he's trimmed down a fair bit, Stefano.
Yeah,
compared to what he was like.
Yeah, it
in the
looks like
last
he's
couple-
dropped about
Looks
5.
like he's dropped a fair bit.
Yeah.
So he's probably a little bit taller, but he's a big body,
Those
right?
Melbourne
He's going to find.
pre-seasons.
Yeah, he's going to find his front a lot. He's got an offload. He's got a pre-pass. Like Fodawaker's got his hands full. If they're fully sticking with him.
Well, let's fast forward then, because I want to talk about the extended.
And Liero. He's he's in the middle.
Yeah.
He needs to just be.
He's a big body.
He needs to be a different animal there.
He's 6'3", 105.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I think he might be the guy that's going to be chopping in around here, like your Dallas Johnson. You know, those Dallas Johnson, Nate Miles guys, fucking very underrated. You need those guys in your team.
For everything that you're saying, that's why I thought we would have seen the bra. Still no bra, part of the extended. I reckon he would have been the perfect guy. Yeah. What, the bra's about 6'2", 6'3",
big boy.
100 kilos, 105, but just mongrel.
And you know what really disrupts defenses?
Yeah.
Fucking offloads.
Yeah, true. Fatigue.
Offloads. Fodawaker don't offload.
But also the bra's got the wayward offload in him.
That's what I think. That's why I think Billy has gone, fucking, I need people with no mistakes, discipline, all that kind of stuff. Because the bra can give you, he's a firebrand, right? but he might give you 3 penalties, and they could be crucial.
That's what
That's why I think Billy's thinking that. Look, love your kid, everything like that. You do everything great, but not for this game.
Okay.
That's the way I'm thinking. I'm just thinking Billy is so. He's under the pump, mate.
I think the bra, for sure, he's under the pump. He's feeling the pinch for sure. I reckon the bra in camp is, and Ezra as well, we'll get to that in a bit, is about applying pressure to guys that have sort of been in and around the fold and just making sure that they understand that nothing's like guys like Collins, guys like Fodawaker, and just a bit of a rev up for both.
No. When you're going left edge on right edge in the middles and all that, you're going at it.
Yep.
You're not fucking legit like 100% hitting the shit out of each other, but you're putting pressure on. So I just think I don't know. It's just back to the bench. I don't hate it.
Yeah. So Carrigan. Let's speak about Carrigan. Carrigan's the huge one. Carrigan, I think, is a part of obviously the second wave. But if you like, Carrigan has been, in my opinion, Queensland's best forward over the past 3 seasons.
Yep.
The back end of Game 3 was unbelievable. For me, even in the losing side, I would argue that he was right up there for player of the match.
Yep.
But he was fucked in the last 15 minutes, and that's the reason I loved his performance so much, is that he kept on finding. So if he comes off the bench, then he only has to pay 60 and then ride it out.
He needs to warm into games. He's not used to coming off the bench. You know what I mean? Like when you've got professional, like Lenu, he knows when he's coming on. He knows how to get ready for it. Capel only knows how to start. Not Capel. Carrigan only knows how to start games.
Yeah.
The intensity because coming off the bench is different. It's like getting onto a treadmill, as I say, about 60 kilometres an hour. Like, I've got to get into the game. Everything's going fucking flat out. You don't know when you're going to come on. Could be just fucking kick chase, like Liero and Famore did last time. Or you get on there like Max King did, fucking boom, front foot, got the ball, got dominance. You know, it could be one of those.
Yeah.
That's the difference where Carrigan can set the tone. You know what I mean? He can set the tone for him. I would have went with Carrigan and Tino
up front
and Cotter at lock. That's it.
Okay.
Back row, fuck around. You can still pick that back row if you want. I don't know. That would have been mine. Or maybe even Liero at lock and Cotter, because he can make a difference.
Okay, so you would prefer to have Cotter coming off the bench?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's. These are the conversations they might have been having before the game.
Huge calls.
Do you know what I mean? These are big calls because, like, I know that Carrigan knows how to start games.
Okay, so we know a guy who knows how to come off the bench and have an impact. Kurt Mann. He gets the 14 jersey. What do you expect him? Is he going to come on and give Harry a spell, or is he going to come and play through the middle and Paddy goes up front? Where do you think that sort of plays?
Have a think about that, right? So is Cotter starting?
Ruben Cotter? Cotter's on the edge, yeah. With Capewell.
It's weird because you could put him at 9 for a little bit, give Harry a rest.
I think so.
And then you put Kurt Mann on and just let him roam.
I think that's where you get the best out of Harry when he knows he's going to get 100% going to get a spell.
Yes, he needs to get a spell.
Like with Tommy Dearden, I know that Tommy did come on for Harry eventually, but it maybe wasn't 100% going to there was a world in which if they were going well enough, maybe Billy keeps him out for the 80. If there's clear instructions. All right, Harry, front load into the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, we'll give you a spell. Yeah. Kurt's going to come on and spell you, and then we'll get you on at the 50-minute mark to finish off the game. 30-30 split.
Yeah, I like that.
30 play, 20 break, 30 finish.
Yeah, it's different with the 9s.
And then Kurt Mann can go into lock when you come back on if we're chasing points.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a good plan. They'd have it there. And they would have all these plans. Then, HIA could happen in the first minute.
Throws
just fuck everything up. An injury could happen. So, this is the plan that they would have. Just to see if it goes to...
You've got to have 4 plans. You've got to get to at least D. You've got plan A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
What can happen?
Just don't want to get to D.
Don't want to get to D. You don't want to get to your extended bench, but with 3 guys, like I said, I think these 3 guys are applying pressure. Just with the Ezra one, I know there's been a lot of commentary around it, and we, like I said, we've said this before, we don't really like talking about off-field stuff as much. I just think it would have been better for Ezra to sit there, even though... I don't want him, punished forever for what he did. I just think it would have been better for Ezra to just, for his own benefit, just to sit this series out and be considered next year. With everything that's happened, he's only played two games back for the Broncos.
It's not his fault, though.
I know, I understand that, but it's just
does he go to Billy? No, I just want to get through club football. I think that's in anyone when you get offered that jersey.
Of course. I've never had the opportunity to get a rep jersey, so it'd be very hard for me to turn it down. I'm trying to have a a balanced approach, a balanced look at what I think would be best for the individual. So just say if I was advising maybe a manager, maybe a family member, I'm just like, do you need this right now?
You know who I do blame? The NRL. Suspend him longer.
Yeah, that's a
Do you
factor.
know what I mean? Like
That's
everyone's like, he hasn't paid his dues yet. He hasn't served enough. He hasn't, and then he gets an Origin jersey. You're like, that is not.
Well, he
his
hasn't
fault.
got an Origin. He's
I
extended.
know. It's extended bench. He's not in the team. That's
Yep.
what I mean. But I'm like, this is not his fault, right? You gave him 9 weeks. You should have given him a year, right? And then people are going to be happy with that. 18 months, 9 weeks. What is it? Like how much can he do? Like he's served his time for what the NRL gave him.
Yep.
The NRL gave him more. He would have done that. The Broncos, he's done everything possible that he can do to get back on the bench and rehabilitate himself as a human and get better. That's people make mistakes. He fucked up massively. Massively. You can't, there's no excuse for it at all. We're all sitting here like, everyone's angry at him because he brought the whole fucking game into disrepute, right? You just don't do that. He's the one who's got to live through that. And he has been. He's been trying to do everything right. And it ain't his fault. He would have been happy not to be on an extended bench. It's not like he's playing.
Yeah, I know.
Where,
You understand what
I understand what you're saying. I probably would have been, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need this added pressure. If I'm not playing, don't fucking put me in an extended bench. I was on there last year.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Sure, he's been a part of camp
he's been
before.
part of a series, so he knows what it fucking looks like.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I was, it would have been I would have considered it because of the backlash that he has copped. Ezra, like you've been a block, he's been booed and all the shit. Yeah, fucking, you just get booed. When you do some stupid shit, expect it until they just forgive you somehow, right? Brisbane fans will, but like everyone else, cop it. But now,
you get it over time.
Over time.
It'll eventually.
they will, yeah. But this is because he's done something that no one's ever done. That's the thing. Like you put another family at risk of their lives, and it's a massive fuck up. But it would have been in my head if I was him going, am I on the side, Bill? No, you're on the extended bench. And I'm like, no disrespect, I don't want to be on the extended bench.
See, I wouldn't even, and again, I reckon that'd be a hard thing for Ezra to do because it's not like he's proven he hasn't even played yet.
No.
It's almost about Billy and Queensland protecting him. Like not even considering him yet. That's my thing. Like, just let him get through the footy.
Just don't even try and pick him.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
Don't try and pick him in there. Like, I get it. He's played a couple of really good games. He's an X factor. That just shows more how much they are panicking. Picking Ezra Mann, fucking the amount of pressure that he's under already, and you go come into Origin, the biggest fucking heater of all time, and then deal with that shit. And then he doesn't. He's dealing with shit that he shouldn't have to deal with. Him just being fucking part of the 20-man squad, just fucking running drills.
I was looking for Queensland halves because your take in terms of like having someone there to apply the pressure.
Yeah.
The next one is Sam Walker. Obviously, he's injured, and then Toby Sexton. That's the only Queensland halves that's.
We'll get Big Sexy in there.
There's more. There's
who am I missing?
Jackson Purdue. Jackson Purdue
you said
for experience. For experience, Jackson Purdue would have been a shout. Another guy to get in camp.
That's enough. Purdue, I reckon.
Yeah, Purdue.
Purdue just put him in there. I think that's enough. I don't think Ezra because
like
Ezra has been in this position before. Yeah. That's the only reason why I got a little bit of backlash about it. I'm like, what are you doing? He's not even in the side. He doesn't need this added pressure. Unless you plan on playing him.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Unless you plan on a little sneaky fucking attack on game day.
Well, you know what?
Boom, fucking Kurt Man, and then Ezra Man's in. That's it.
You know what I think this represents then? Going towards game 3, if they lose game 2, I reckon there's a huge chance of game 3. If the series is done, they're going to figure out a way to put him in game 3. That's what I think this is about.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah. Another weird one. Shout out to our man. You caught it on Monday. The Oracle, Milky Jenkins, Blues camp.
Whoo. I thought it was AI. I thought it was AI. I said, is it fucking Milky Jenkins in the Blues camp or what?
So this is what's happening.
Good on him.
Shout out to him. And like,
fuck yeah.
This isn't like just purely because he's at Penrith. They're at the Blue Mountains currently. They've got the bye. So in game 1, like they invited Adam Dewey and Jacob Preston,
different
younger players
in different parts of their.
The winger,
Ramsey.
It was Ramsey.
In different parts of their career, right?
Yeah.
In different parts of their career. Like Presto's going to be the next man up.
Yep.
And then you got Dewey's been around, and then Ramsey's going through a lot of medical issues and everything like that. And then this guy, like it's the story, right? It's fucking awesome what Loz is doing.
Yeah, so I
love it. I dig it. I dig it.
I like whenever we do a clip like that, his clip got more likes than Galvin's clip.
There you go, Milky Jenkins. See, they love
Milky
the
Jenkins.
story. It's all about perseverance and all that sort of
What
stuff.
a name, Milky Jenkins.
I feel like I just love saying Milky Jenkins.
Milky
And he
Bar.
just
The
rolls
Milky Bars are
4
on
days to post
me.
that even the Panthers are revenue up. He didn't have a profile picture on
Yeah,
NRL.com.
I've seen Kempy and is it Eddie? Was it there was no Tom or Tom and no Eddie? Anyway, on the dirty merger, and they were talking about him not having a pro. He didn't even have a
It was
profile.
just a Milky Bar.
He was legit playing Ron Massey at the start of the year, mate. That's crazy.
I know, I fucking
And now
love
he's in
it.
Blues camp. It's fucking awesome.
He just going, yes.
Oh, speaking of awesome,
Good on him.
we forgot to unveil the box.
Oh, for
Still on
awesome.
topic.
Oh, for awesome. Shout out to
You know open it?
David Tour.
Yeah, who'd you get that from?
So shout out to the Broncos.
All black, everything.
We talked about the where are we? The jersey. There we go. Nice box. Let's do the unveil. I'm not wearing a Bulldogs jersey again today.
Hey, they love the jersey, mate.
People froth me in the Bulldogs jersey.
Yeah. He goes, I'd love that. Everyone in the DMs, I'd love
here
that
we go.
jersey. Yeah, please.
Here we go.
I'll send it to you.
So no matter the code or colour of your kit, I can't imagine anyone in the sporting world not being shaken by the Selwood's family painful loss. While not by design, it's for that very reason we've been working over the past 12 months to make this jersey happen. It's the message behind the jersey that we hope as a club creates momentum to make change in this important space that we know has touched so many. We want to honour the memory of all those who have lost their battle and those still doing it tough by using our platform and brand to raise awareness about mental health. This jersey represents solidarity, understanding and hope, and we encourage fans, players and everyone in the community to wear it proudly and engage in conversations that could change the game. Well done, Broncos. That's
Well
from the
done.
Brisbane Broncos CEO. And a nice little write-up. Jesse Arthurs is an ambassador for it. Katoni spoke on it.
Big Sammy T.
Our man Slam and Sam. Awesome. Great work, lads.
Yes,
and
look at that
and really
jersey.
appreciate. So we've got a couple. That
Oh,
is-
really? We've got a couple?
Yeah. The 2XLs for you, big dog.
Oh, shit, yeah.
There we go. How good's that?
What about my brother, Big Les, the other day? He goes, do you reckon you could get one of those? I'm like, no way. How could I? Lukey Stowe. That is awesome,
Bro.
man. That
We've got to give
is...
the man a shout out, don't we?
Yeah,
Broncos?
Timmy Cossins.
Yeah,
Thank
got to
you
give
for
our
the
man
props.
Timmy Cossins. So Timmy Cossins, he's part of
That
the
is
social media
sick.
team.
It was a big part of the campaign, putting it all together.
Yeah, he does. He's one of the better creatives in the league, and also,
Mate.
he's part of Levels Golf Day as well. That's our dog.
Oh,
he's,
right.
He's done some stuff with us before. He helped us. Timmy was there to help us shoot the Broncos episode that we did with the golf.
Right.
So Timmy's the gun.
Awesome stuff,
Thank
Lukey.
you,
That's
guys.
awesome. Thank you, Broncos.
Everyone at the Broncos for that. That's awesome.
Great cause, great jersey.
Yeah, man.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to reach out to my boys, Walshy and
it signed.
Jordan, Ricky, and that. I'm going to get them to sign it. Oh,
Once they start going on a run.
yeah. this jersey could be the start of the run of the premiership year. What about that? I'm going to send it straight up. Geordie, I'm sending it to you, brother.
Straight back up, boys. Straight after Origin when you come in sixth. Oh, well done.
All right, it's time to throw to our mate Fozzy, and he talks everything about Game 1 and what Queensland need to do in Game 2, and this is brought to you by Athlete. All right, we are back, and we are brought to you by Athlete. They are the best in the game for joint and muscle pain relief, and they are built ultra tough, just like the two that join us every week. Money was on last week. Fozzy's on this week. Fozzy, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, great, thanks, Hozzy. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. As always, we have Luke. He is hidden away from us, but he's behind the scenes, and he will share a link in the bio for this episode for your chance to win a performance and recovery pack valued at $500 for the best question in the comments section that we get for you guys, mate. And a little teaser, we haven't made you aware of this question because this is just a bit of a compliment for you to finish off, mate. But before we get to that, I just wanted to get your thoughts a little bit different. Normally we sort of come on and chat about yourself and chat about what's happening at the Titans and so be it. This time I just want to chat a little bit about Origin, mate. What was your thoughts? Let's start off with Game 1. What did you think New South Wales did really well? And let's start with that. Like, what do you think? Do you think they were dominant? I mean, the scoreboard didn't reflect it. Yeah, just your overall thoughts on New South Wales in Game 1.
Yeah, look, my take from Game 1 was that New South Wales won. They won the physical battle first and foremost. From where I was watching, and I was actually at the game, they just looked like they carried harder. their big men up front were, banging the door down. And then I thought their back five carried better than Queensland's back five.
So good.
I thought Lomax, To'o, Crichton, Latrell. I just thought they got them out of trouble better than what Queensland were able to get out of trouble. And from that, it just seemed that New South Wales were able to dominate possession, and then that just brought in the likes of Moses and Cleary and their silky ball playing and running. They were able to play off the front foot. It just seemed like Queensland were disjointed, but I put that down to the lack of momentum that they were able to generate. I just didn't think Queensland generated the same amount of go forward as what New South Wales did.
Yeah, what about specifically Mitch and Nath? Like Payne gets man of the match. I thought Zach Lomax was excellent. Isaiah Yeo. It's a funny position they're in as halves. Like if you're watching it from a halves perspective, are they in a position right now? Yeah, and this is even leading into game 2 where mate, they just got to play a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. Don't overcomplicate things. Kick the corners, run a little bit, and defend really well. Because I feel like New South Wales at this stage, and I know Origin can change, but they were good without having to be great. Like that, it's not like they had to be great, did they?
No, you're spot on there. I tell you what I loved about their game. They were pretty unstructured in the way that they both attacked their footy that night. They seemed to both take the line on a number of times, which just had Queensland guessing. They weren't just setting up for set plays. From my take on it, it just looked like when one of them ran, the next one ran, and they were just in sync with one another, as good halves do. They had a good feel of the game, and it just looked like they weren't sitting back and waiting for the big play to try and strip Queensland. They were up on the ruck. When they identified a quick play, the ball, they were taking off. They were threatening A and B defenders constantly, and then when they did shift wide, it was the right time to shift wide because they had Queensland bunched around the ruck and they were able to execute on the edges. So I just thought their game was really well balanced. And as you touched on, I don't think either of them needed to be a 10 out of 10 that game. There were lots of guys on the field that were exceptional, but they were just both extremely solid and they hit their mark that night.
What about, let's flip to Queensland and let's accelerate straight into game 2. Huge decision. Our good mate, Ches, is not part of game 2 and therefore the captaincy as well. Firstly, let's start off with Tommy Dearden. What do you think Tommy will bring to the game or bring to Queensland that maybe Ches sort of doesn't have that in his arsenal at this point of his career?
Yeah, different players, aren't they, at this stage of their careers? I mean, Ches offers you, a 10 out of 10 kicking game. Calmness. He's got a cool head. He's been there. He understands what it takes to perform at that level. And then there's Tommy Dearden, who I absolutely love as a player. Like he is just constantly at the defensive line, and you've watched. I think any rugby league player and fans watched his game evolve over the last 12 to 18 months. He's really accelerated his decision making and ball playing, but I guess what he's going to give you is he's just going to constantly be at New South Wales. He's going to be threatening with his run. Then he's got the ability now to execute with his pass and his kick, and that'll be the point of difference. That's obviously what Billy's gone for. He obviously felt that maybe Queensland were a little bit too lateral and a little bit too premeditated, and Tommy's going to give you the exact opposite. He's just going to basically take advantage when fatigue comes into the game with New South Wales forwards and 4 men and 3 men and around that around the ruck. He's going to be able to take advantage of it.
I started smirking, Foz, because when we were talking about Dearden and just, talking about you, like, one of my favourite things about Dearden is the part that I love playing with you is, mate, he'll go after the game and he's the sort of half that'll take a lick for his back row, for his centre, cop a big hit. He just loves taking on the line. And, you caught me smirking because I think you knew where I was, what I was thinking at the time. He's got a bit of you about him, Foz. He does. He's got it, like, early on in your career.
Yeah, you got to love where he's at this stage in his career. I absolutely love watching him play, mate. I'm a huge fan of his. He is just constantly at you, and he's got no self-preservation, and he's fast over the ad line. He's making defenders sit at the moment, and like I touched on, his decision making and his ball playing has actually come on tenfold over the past 12 to 18 months. So now not only can he beat you with the show and go, which was one of the huge parts to his game, he can actually beat you a number of ways with a short ball, a long ball, even a kick. So New South Wales they'll be anxious about what they're going to get from Tommy, no doubt.
What about Munster? What about our man Money? We do this fortnightly show. You come on one week, he's on the other. I had a chat to him last week. And one thing he said he wants to do for sure, this one is run more. What will the C next to his name? I know it obviously means a huge amount to represent to captain your state, but what will that do for his mentality? You think? Do you think it changes it anyway? Do you think how do you think that'll affect him for better or worse?
I think it'll be better for Money, to be honest with you. I think he strikes me as the sort of player and sort of individual that won't mind the added responsibility and pressure of actually leading Queensland out. I think that'll put a bigger onus on himself to actually perform at the level that he wants to. He, to his own account, probably didn't perform the way that he felt he needed to in Origin 1, and I'm sure he admits that. He never really found his groove with his running game, and like I said, there was a lack of, I guess, go forward from Queensland that probably hindered him and Cherry Evans off the back of that. But I think Money will go after the contest, mate. I think it's set up for him. I think they might play slightly different with him and Dearden in the halves as opposed to when he played with Ches last game. I think Money will be encouraged, obviously, to run the footy a lot more, and so will Dearden. So, look, at the end of the day, they will only be able to do that if the platform's laid for them, and Queensland's forwards and outside backs actually pick up a greater part of the weight there, because that was where the game was lost in my mind in the first one.
Yeah, great. So, like, one of the changes I found strange, moving Paddy to the bench. I don't know if you've sort of had a proper look at the lineups. Jeremiah Nanai's also been moved to the bench. Trent Liaro goes into the starting lineup. Kurt Capewell comes with a whole bunch of experience into the starting side. What do you make of, in particular, Paddy coming off the bench? Do you think that's to make sure that there's a second wave there, and then Paddy's going to, come off the bench and then maintain that all the way to the finish? Do you think that's what the plan may be?
Maybe. I mean, it would have to be, wouldn't it? Because, Paddy's not really an interchange type player. But he's a starter. He gives you that robust start. He goes after the contest. He's a big body. He understands his role within the middle. So I can only be thinking that Billy thinks that maybe they didn't have enough punch off the bench to match New South Wales last start, and maybe he feels that by bringing on Nanai and Paddy, after a certain amount of minutes, that they won't lose much once they get into their rotation.
Yeah, that's fair. Mate, back to Clubland. Have we got you there? Is it just paused? Are you all good? Sorry, just paused there for a little bit. Back to Clubland.
Yep.
You're playing Manly this week. You know Manly better than any other club. Manly know you and Desi probably better than any club that you're going to play this year. What's it like going into a game now at this part of your career against Manly, and then you're obviously expecting a very motivated DCE, a very motivated Tommy Turbo, and even Homole Olakawatu, like, for a lot of people would assume that he would have been thereabouts for New South Wales. So you know the club really well, mate. What are you expecting this week?
Yeah. Well, first off, it's really exciting coming up against your old clubs. Like, and especially Manly for me, being a Manly boy originally and having spent the major bulk of my career at that club, as you touched on. I know the guys really well. I'm great mates with a whole bunch of them, and they know my game really well, and so do the coaching staff. So it's exciting. It's always cool. But secondly, they'll be really, really motivated. Obviously, they lost last week against Newcastle. DCE's, hasn't been selected for Origin, and then Turbo's coming back in after injury. So we certainly know we're going to be up against a really fired up Manly outfit. In saying that, we're in a tough spot ourselves. So we've just got to find a way to grind out a win here, and that'll certainly lift the morale within our group. Completely missed the start last week against the Bronx, which was so disappointing. So, yeah, this is a big one for us. We're back at home in front of our home fans, Friday night game. I'd love to see us really aim up and take it to Manly on Friday.
What's your message been to the boys? You've been in some really good teams. There have been some times where you've been at teams that struggled. You're the veteran presence that everyone's looking at. What's the message been, particularly to sort of the younger ascending players, guys like JC, guys like Brimo? They've been through some tough times at the club. Like, what are you sort of trying to preach to them at the moment whilst times are tough?
Yeah, look, it can be really hard, when you're flying and times are good, you're loving your footy and you're turning up every day with a spring in your step, and this year's been really difficult for us. We were extremely optimistic about the 2025 season, and we put in a heck of a lot of hard work up throughout the preseason to prep ourselves for what was ahead, and it just hasn't all come to the table yet. We've just been off in a number of areas. So look, my message is pretty clear at this stage, and that is that this season's not lost and gone yet. We've still got 12 games to go. I think 12 or 13 games, and it can turn pretty quick. The competition ladder is extremely tight, and although it looks like we're a fair way off at the moment, you get 2 or 3 wins, and all of a sudden it's completely flipped around. Yeah, and you're all of a sudden talking about making a run. So for us, though, it's certainly not focusing on the 2 or 3 wins. We just need to focus on getting that one, and that one's got to come. It's got to come soon, and it has to come, as fast as we can, get it there. Because at the end of the day, each game that goes by, it's slipping away for us. So, I just would love to see us put in a really great performance on Friday night and just claw our way to a win. It'd just be so good for the group, mate. So good for everyone within the club. As I said, it's not easy when you're struggling and lingering down the bottom there, but the guys have been great. They've been awesome, and that's one thing you get with youth and these younger guys in the early parts of their career is they're not bogged down by it. They understand that they're in the learning phase, and they're trying to get better every week, and sooner or later it's going to turn. So, yeah, just trying to guide them through, mate, and keep everyone as optimistic as I can.
Yeah, I wasn't even referring to you guys as well when I was doing some radio over the weekend, but I was looking at the ladder. We're talking about the ladder, and I've got it up in front of me now. Obviously, you guys and Eels, because it was about the Eels actually, because I was commentating the Eels Bulldogs game and how they can make a jump. Mate, both of you guys are on 10 points. The Dolphins are in 7th on 14 points. So it's 2 victories, and like you said, you can. You can go on a run if you can jag even 3 or 4 out of 5 at this point of the season. You can really make a jump on the ladder. So obviously rooting for you, mate, and hope you can turn it around. Big game against Manly this week. I want to give you a bit of a shout out. We talked about interactions on the potty a couple of weeks ago, and we got a comment about you actually that come through on our YouTube comments. This one comes from Catherine. She goes, "So funny you were talking about respect for players and their time. I was at the Pack Fair and on the GC just last Tuesday with my grandson while he was with his mother. We were pushing our other grandson. Lo and behold, who's walking towards us? Fozzy. I just reached around my daughter and chucked him a little fist bump. and said, "Hey, brother," he was on the phone, but gave me the fist bump back. I was like a little kid in a candy store, and I'm 55. We have to remember that they have their times for things like we do. So, yeah, thanks for FOZZY and being a typical Kiwi and a good human, mate. So just wanted to finish that off. That was a nice comment from Catherine. She's in the running for the recovery and performance pack. But, yeah, nice little comment there for you, mate, to finish off the show.
Yeah, no, it's always great to know you've got fans out there that have followed your career, through the thick and thin. And yeah, I'm pretty occupied when I'm up at the shops, Ozzy. I've always got the blower close to the ear, so I'm glad
in and out, mate. In and out.
Yeah, I was glad I was able to reach out and give her a fist pump and still acknowledge her. But always on a mission when I'm up there. But yeah, as I said, mate, the fans are great up here. They're always willing to have a yarn, and that's what makes this great game of ours go round.
100%, brother. All the best on the weekend. Good to be back with the Gold Coast. And as always, we appreciate you joining us fortnightly, brother.
Thanks, Ozzy. Cheers, mate.
All right, let's get to the replies, mate. We had a few Raiders replies. By the way, I stuffed up and I don't know how I got it wrong. I just always assumed he was a left footer. But Tom Wells' message and a couple other people, "Hey, boys, love the show. Just want to let you know that Strange is actually right-footed for both forms of kicking and not ambidextrous."
Oh, well.
I always thought he was
he's a left-arm carry, but...
Is he?
Yeah, he's left-arm carry because he's on the left side of the ruck. He's always banging like that.
Yeah. So that one, that's got me rattled.
I just went with it. Yeah, he's left-arm.
Does he feel like a left-footed kick to you for some reason?
Left. Yeah.
And also we got, I think we're just starting to get some new Canberra Raiders fans at the moment. Similar to what happened with the Wars, getting into us about not enough time. Sean McKenna, love the show, but can we give the Green Machine more than 30 seconds? Yes, you spoke about Papa, but this team needs more flowers. All right, here you go, Sean McKenna.
Lukey Stowe, how many minutes was that on?
Say that again, sorry?
How many minutes were we on the Raiders?
Oh, literally, it was, if you go to the segments, it's our longest segment.
It's the longest
Obviously,
segment.
it includes the Rabbitohs game as well, but that's your game.
Okay, but I'm going to do you one better.
on.
I'm going to do you one better. KO Weeks started the year okay, had a nice little period, sort of dropping off, but still plenty of potential. Sevilio Tamale, he's out for the season. Matty Timokal and Seb Chris having careers at the moment, really building. I've talked about Xavier Savage as being thereabouts for Origin. Just needs to fix those defensive deficiencies with Timokal, with Fogarty. We all know about Fogarty. We talked about Strange. Big Papa. We don't need to talk about that anymore.
I think Canberra's my second favourite team.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck are you talking about,
I know.
mate?
I'm taking
not
the
even
piss
going to
here.
fucking justify it.
I'm taking the piss here.
I'll ring fucking
Tom
Sticky
Starling.
up. Take your fucking membership.
Here's one that I wanted to mention from the game. Tom Starling, I think, even though I love Owen Paddy, I want more minutes from Owen Paddy, but I think Tom Starling is similar to the way that I've sort of viewing what's happening with Harry Grant at the moment. Better off the bench. Hudson Young, Origin player, we don't need to talk about him. Just Tarpany, we don't need to talk about him. Your skipper, we love him. He's top 3 front rowers for both of us. Zach Hosking just keeps doing a good job for a journeyman later in his career. We love the bra. We talk about him all the time. The guy you want to talk about a little bit, Simi Sasangi, I think he goes into the centres. I think Seb Chris goes to the wing with Tamale out for the season.
Just because he had a good game on the weekend, we need to fucking wrap him up. I've been wrapping him up all year in the preseason and everything.
Preseason.
So shut the fuck up, Sean. Fuck.
You happy, Sean?
Yeah. God, I love
I
Simi
was shocked
Sasangi.
by that comment.
Yeah, we love Canberra. I can get it from the Warriors fans, because sometimes they just fucking piss us off.
Yeah,
but
when I'm doing times, I'm like, ooh, a bit short on that.
I
game
love the
sometimes.
Raiders. The
No,
end.
because we were talking about going
Who'd I
to
forget?
Canberra. We got the strange tangent. We had tangents
Everybody,
to do. during it.
Tarpany, Pete Papa, like everybody's like killing it. I love the Raiders.
Adam Mariota's one of our favourite
Mariota's
young-
one of my favourite players.
Yep.
And he's,
Tarpanay's one of my favourites. Starling's been killing it.
Morgan Smithies is dope.
Smithy's the dog.
Yeah.
He's
and
been
he's a
banging
big chance for
everything.
your Maldives as well.
Fucking Timoko, like we always rap.
Who is?
Ethan.
Is he?
Yeah.
I like that. Told you we got an Ethan Strange. He ain't going to make New South Wales. You declared it anyway. You want like
What is he?
yourself.
Do you think where's he going to play? New
Yeah,
Zealand?
Yeah. No, Maldives,
Oh,
not
New
New
Zealand
Zealand.
Maldives, yeah.
He's a
That's
chance
a
for the
fucking little
Maldives.
segue. Hey.
All right, speaking of Maldives.
Indoctrinate him into that jersey. Don't remember that.
Speaking of Maldives, speaking of Waz, speaking of Rawiri Heke, marathon session, boys, quality and quantity. You've got me watching the presses a lot lately.
Don't do
and
it,
one
mate.
thing
Don't
I
do
loved
it.
after the Warriors presser, Fish was asked about similarities between the Panthers dynasty and the 25 Warriors. His answer was, The Warriors are trying to do their own thing, which was the perfect response and also felt super genuine.
Yeah, great response.
Love that from
Don't
the
compare
fish.
anything to, because what they build out at Penrith is something special, never be replicated.
Yep.
The Warriors are trying to do it. Trying to do their own thing.
Trying to do their own thing.
Create their own culture and win how they win.
Okay.
Not be compared to Penrith. And same as I can really go with that because that's the Bulldogs thing as well, right? Trying to create your own culture. You know, it's like we've got a couple of those Penrith greats out there, so we're trying to do our own thing as well.
Well, I'm trying to do my own thing. I'm trying to beat you with my NRL HYROX winner. So we got a message from Quava Lynch. Hey, you lads, love the potty. Bit of a random one. With HYROX Sydney around the corner, which NRL player do you think would win a HYROX race? My brother thinks Dylan Edwards, and my pick is Connor Watson. So,
All right.
me and Mace are actually doing this. We're in the partner duo part of HYROX. Lukey's doing the solo.
No, I'm doing a partner as well.
I was going to say.
I'm doing it with a mate, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were doing the solos.
No, that's why
okay,
I'll be,
sweet.
That's
So
why I'll be
you're
right behind you or ahead of you.
We're going to smoke you.
Fuck, you'll be fucking
Lukey, so by the way, Lukey was talking mad
shit before.
Mad shit before about smoking us. So before
I'll
we
be on
get to
the
that,
Scrabble
and you
Street, don't
can let us know in the
You
comments.
don't know what I've been doing at ELO, bro. Jesus.
Well, so Lukey wakes up. Like, if it wasn't for this potty, Lukey would wake up 8:30 every morning.
If he could do it from home, he would do it. Sydney's little go press fucking record.
Nah. I know my man's been training with a good friend of mine, Georgie Tafour's best mate, Joshy.
Yeah.
So shout out to that. What's the gym, Lukey?
C3, not Alexandria, Drummoyne.
Drummoyne.
Yeah,
C3
outside now,
Drummoyne.
baby.
So shout out to Josh and the crew there. He's a good dude. So for context, and before we get to the teams, this is what we're going to do. So James Kelly, better known as JK on the international scene, has won the men's solo back-to-back years. He's 30 years old. He's from Sunny Coast. His height is 1.8. Just got Rennie covered.
He'd have Rennie by an inch, I reckon.
Yeah, got Rennie's at least 178.
Once, jeez.
So his weight is 78 kilos. So knowing that information and that data, and knowing the fitness levels of players by watching them, and also some of our contacts.
Yep.
Me and you are going to do a draft. We've got two categories, and they're both men's.
Yep.
We've got men's forwards doubles.
Yep.
And we got men's backs doubles.
Okay.
Ready? Scissors, paper, rock to see who goes first. So it's scissor, paper, rock on the third one. Scissor, paper, rock. You got it. So you got first pick. So you got 1. I got picks 2 and 3, and then you got 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. Well, do I
So let's go backs first.
Backs first.
First pick. You got the
My
best pick.
first pick is Zach Lomax.
Oh, too heavy.
Powerful, mate.
Too
And fit.
Too heavy.
Yeah, I don't care about this guy weighing 78 kilos,
Okay,
right?
I do.
Can you put him in the fucking middle in fucking NRL? He lasts fucking 3 minutes.
All right. I've got to take Dylan Edwards. Pick 2. I thought he was going to be gone. So I'm stoked to have Dylan Edwards. And my second pick, I feel like I'm going way different to you.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments too. I've got 3 really good options, but I didn't think I was going to have both of these two guys. I'm going Pappy. I'm going Dylan Edwards and I'm going Pappy as my double for men's backs.
Mine's Zach Lomax, I got first.
Heavy.
And
Too heavy.
Jesse Arthurs.
Jesse Arthurs.
Yeah.
You've got the most random team.
You just going hot.
He's fucking powerful and he's fit and strong.
Yeah.
And he's fucking fast.
Okay. All right.
I don't give a shit. As I said, I don't care about this guy's weight, right? He's 78 kilo, be ripped as fuck and everything like that. These guys will fucking school you on those fucking rolls and shit, man.
Okay,
I'll give you my back.
Oh, you want to get involved in this too?
Get involved.
Oh, you
No.
should have told us. We
No, I'll
should
just
have
go
done
an
a 3
individual.
Okay.
I'll pick an individual for a solo.
Okay, who's your guy?
Gutho.
Yeah, Gutho was in my list.
Monster.
So my 5 were and all fullbacks. So Dylan Edwards, Pappy, they were my first 2 picks. Then I had
Can't row. I
Teddy
don't think Pappy's a
and
good
Gutho.
rower. Rower, like all that sort of the cardio shit, he'd be fucking awful at it.
I don't know, man. I think
Gutho's
that.
I think Gutho will be all right. I got Critter as well as my fucking back.
Yeah.
Gutho
that's about
chocolate
it.
box.
I think my team's.
destroyed
Yeah,
it.
he's a gun. Gutho's a gun. I really. It's just.
I've gone for big, powerful, fit athletes.
Okay.
That's why Zach Lomax will rip everything to shreds. So would Critter. So would Jesse Arthurs.
I feel like we're going to clip this up, right?
Yeah. My forwards.
Wait. Now we're going to scissors, paper, rock. See who goes first. Let's go again. Yeah, got you this time. All right. Number 1 pick, Cameron Murray.
Oh, damn, he's injured, bro.
So he's in the NRL. He's an
no,
NRL
I
player.
would've fucking-
You wouldn't have picked him anyway. You didn't even have him part of your list.
Payne Haas.
You got him too big. You're too heavy.
I don't give a fuck.
You're too heavy.
Look
All
how
right.
fit that man is.
All
He
right.
plays 80 minutes in the middle.
All right, go.
He
Who's-
just fucking rolls through things. He would rip those rolls to shreds and everything else on the fucking cardio, and he can fucking run like a whippet.
Okay. All right.
Telling you, mate.
All right. Sweet. This is your list. This is your
Yeah,
list.
it's me, man. Let's go. I got my next one.
Yeah.
Brenton Nickera.
Ooh, I don't mind Brenton Nickera.
Powerful, fit on the edge.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
See, that's it. So Britain's a little bit smaller. Really, 80 minutes every
I just
week.
look
that
at the
That's a
amount
sneaky
of
good
work
pick.
these guys get
Yeah.
through. Like Zach Lomax, fit as hell. Even Critter, they're all fit. I've seen Critter run like fucking 1K time trials, wins everything. Absolute freak. After they do that sort of semi-HYROX bullshit at fucking the Bulldogs.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, do you want to? I'll do my fourth. So my partnering Cam Murray is his ex-teammate from South Sydney Rabbitohs, Damien Cook.
Cookie would be all right.
Cookie would be a weapon. Cookie would be a weapon.
See my next one.
So that's it. We've got it. 2-2-2. Who would you be your solo?
Oh, I thought you said
I
pick
had
pick
Cookie,
8 because I had Liam Martin and Tino around there too.
Tina, you're too big.
Wait.
I don't give a fuck, mate.
So-
I'm just
so
saying.
he's-
You
let's-
try and play 80 minutes in the middle.
I
You
know.
don't think you're not that fit?
I know. I think footy conditioning is different.
Totally
to this.
different. I'll
So
probably get flogged.
you would be hammering me on the ski erg. So
Yeah.
I reckon after the 1,000-meter ski erg, the boys are in front by both of and the sled push and pull. But I reckon once we get to burpee broad jumps, my teams would wear you down. Rowing, you'd sort of kick away again with your big bodies, and then I'd pick you up with the lunges and the wall balls.
fit and powerful and everything like that. These guys, the wall balls and shit like that, be fucking throwing them in. They wouldn't even have a break. Just fucking. I reckon Payne would just do fucking 100 by himself.
Yeah, it would.
Fucking Brenton Nickera, you just do one.
And let me just say one thing to the team that like the big boys, Payne, Tino, I love all you boys.
Yeah.
I just think this is a different level of conditioning.
You're just going off because of the win at 78 kilos.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yes.
And it's the thing
It's just because no one's it's because no one's built like these NRL players. They're not built like us, right? You can't have a 6'5" dude with 10% body fat, runs fucking sub 40s and shit like that, and throw you around, fucking ragdoll the shit out of you. Like Tino, Payne Haas, Liam Martin, and Brenton. They're all animals, man.
Yeah. Brent
They
Nickera
can
is a good
fucking
one.
run like whippets. They're all quick too.
You know what factored in for me as well? Remember when Billy Slater did that like Rexona
Yeah, and
challenge
that
back in
fucking
the day? He hammered everyone. He even-
Minicello, Mini would be good at that. As
I
well.
think he even beat like the AFL players.
he won the whole thing. Same as Kurt Gidley.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
won it as
Kirk
well.
Gidley. Yeah.
We're supreme
That was a good
athletes.
show.
Supreme athletes.
That was fun, eh? That was awesome.
Rick Stoner.
Let us know in the comments whose team do you think would win. So
I'm just going with like how powerful they are on those little like the rollers and ergs and everything like that. They'll just rip that to shreds, and they can all run.
Yeah.
That's what the efforts are in the middle. It's just double efforts, double,
you were
triple,
spewing about
everything
my
like
Cam
that.
Murray pick, eh?
Yeah, I didn't even consider him because he's injured.
What do they get through a game? Would they get through 8K game?
Fucking 8K off their in the fucking first half.
Yeah, right.
The middles, yeah, they'll be like doing 14, 15K. Some of them if they're playing big minutes, right?
Yeah.
Are the
Yeah.
fullbacks around 20? Does that feel
Fullbacks
right?
are getting up there, but it's more about the high
Who
speed
would let us
that they're
know?
doing.
Gutho, Tracker, you would have been a part of my team. You just missed out, but I didn't anticipate Mace not taking Pappy or Dylan Edwards.
Like Dylan Edwards,
You know I love you.
imagine what Dylan Edwards is running, man.
Gutho, what do you run on average per game? Can you let us know in the comments?
Like
Can
I
you
was
tag
thinking,
Gutho?
just say in the 2000s
I could just DM him.
when they were doing stuff when the GPSs first come out. If I was on an edge or Fitzy, would be doing 10 plus K on an edge,
Yeah, okay.
and that's
I
like
forget.
it was about 10 plus K, sometimes 12, and the middles would be doing a fucking lot more. You know what I mean? Like, but now it's just at a different level of speed.
Those
There's
full- I
no
reckon it's the
jogs.
fullbacks, mate.
There's no jogs. I'm saying in the middle, there's no jogging anymore. You're not jogging to things. You're fucking sprinting down. It's all high, and it's like you're sitting at 185 minimum for like the whole time you're out there, getting it up to 200, getting it back down. It's just so fit. You got to be so fit, man.
I'm thinking about the power you got. I think that there might not be enough endurance for me to peg you back, actually. The more I'm thinking
We've got
about
some
it.
fit boys, man. I've got
50
those.
metre sled, 50 metre.
I'm just reading an article. They reckon AFL is 12 to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending if
NRL.
you're a midfielder or a fucking rucky.
Yeah, there's difference between the
So
positions.
midfielders are
So I
running
reckon
20. Midfielders are running 20K.
fullbacks are running the most kilometres in the game for sure.
Oh, no,
100%.
fullbacks are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll only just say if you go Payne, Harsentino and all these guys who put out like their fucking work rate is off the charts. They'll be doing 12 to 15K, I reckon, in the middle
Yep.
at a high speed.
All right, this episode is brought to you by TJM. They have partnered us all year, and their end of financial year sale is here. It's headlined by a 30% off XGS Roma suspension and up to 25% off select canopy ranges. As always, TJM's XGS suspension is backed by a 3-year warranty. I'll come to you in a bit, Mace, too, with this because we've got a giveaway. Our newest aluminium canopy boasting a smooth black textured finish and lightweight design is also 25% off in the sale and available for all popular models. The sale ends June 27th. Get a quick quote for your rig and save now. It takes less than 5 minutes. And Mace, we've got a giveaway.
Well, TJM Ultimate Camping giveaway, together with the value of almost $3,000, which will include TJM Walker rooftop tent, a TJM 2.5 awning plus an awning room, TJM fire pit and grill, 2 TJM Directors camping chair, TJM camping table, and the TJM bush saw.
3,000 of the best. That's a teaser.
I've got to get into fucking some camping.
Yeah, that's a teaser. We'll explain how you can be a part of the competition next week, but we love having TJM on board.
Love it.
And we'll let you know how you can win that package, which is valued up to $3,000. All right, mate, let's get to the games, Mace. Kicking it off in the shortened round, we have the Sharks playing tonight against the Dragons. It is the South Coast Derby. It starts at 7:50 p.m. tonight, and it's at Sharks Stadium. So the Sharks welcome back Ronaldo Mortalo as he returns from suspension. So Moani Hiroti goes to the centres to replace KL Iro, and Toby Rudolph is listed amongst the reserves. As for the Dragons, Val Holmes missing for Origin means Corey Allen into the centres, Tyrell Sloan back on the wing, and Corey Allen goes to the centres, Tyrell Sloan on the wing because Tuipulotu did his hamstring last week as well. Emre Gula will start at prop. Luciano starts in the back row, and Raymond Faitella Mariner is out. Hame Saleh is looking to play his first game in a long time as well. He is one of the new faces on the bench. Lukey, what are the odds?
Tab have Cronulla $1.30, St George at $3.50. It's a big line at 10.5.
Who's Nick Sugranis? He's Is he debuting? Is his debut? Is he playing many games?
I need to go to the update. So I did. This is the team list from Tuesday. So there must be maybe.
So
I got some late mail.
Yeah,
all right, here we go.
Nick Sugranis.
So that's the.
So I think what would he be playing? So
there we go.
Moses is left.
Okay, gotcha.
Moses is left center, and so this guy will be right center. It's a fucking big job there, going against.
No, he's taken over from. It'll be left center. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so Moses is left center, isn't he? Moses Sully or right?
No, Moses is right. Val's left.
Yeah, okay, sweet. They'll be targeting him if he hasn't played much first grade.
That'll be Jesse Ramey inside.
Yeah, and he's fucking been playing all right. Well, he had a good crack last week.
So shout out, sorry, Nick. You weren't a part of the early team list on Tuesday, so we've got the late mail, and I've got it up now as well.
Yeah,
Nick Sugranis. I think it's Sugranis.
Little Greek boy, I think.
Yeah, sounds Greek, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh God, this St George just fucking get me all the time. Like last week, who would have expected to get beat by 50? Right, I know this is a local derby, and Cronulla got done last week, pretty embarrassingly.
Ooh, there's my man Hoho Papuru as well for Cronulla. I want to see him. I want to see some creativity through the middle.
Right. Yes. Was he playing?
He's 19.
19. Yeah.
I still like
Cronulla. It's at Shark Park. They'll be embarrassed what happened than what they dished out last week, and I think they just got a lot more talent than what St George has got. Even though St George have, they're they're a tough team, but fuck, they're inconsistent.
Okay,
so inconsistent.
Lukey, odds for this game.
Second game.
No. Did we do the odds for the?
Yeah,
crowd?
I showed you the
odds.
odds.
Yeah. So can you do that? I didn't hear him because I stuffed up.
Just switched to the next game.
On the centre.
Come back to me. It was $1.30. $1.30
$1.30
$3.40 or $1.30 for Sharks.
$1.30 Cronulla, $3.50 St George.
Yeah, done. Okay. Sharks with no confidence. Yeah. Sharks with no confidence. I probably like the Dragons with the start.
For a little bit of rain, I think, later this Arvo as well.
Yuck.
Really fucking throw that little spanner in the works there. Where
That
I
probably
think
suits Dragons.
Yeah, I think it suits both because look how they just got Amragulos straight up and down, Clem, Kafusi, Fanua Blake. I think Fanua Blake he'll be the best player on the field because I think that late footwork and the little bit of dew on the ground there at Shark Park.
Yeah.
I think just the pride that they've got in that team. They know they're a top 4 team. That should never have went down like from fucking getting 40 on you at Shark Park.
It's a veteran. But you see Jacob Little got re-signed throughout the week too?
With St George?
He got extended.
Good. Deserves it. Had a great year.
Good on him.
Great
That's
year.
what I thought smoking for the Cowboys.
Well, I thought he would have chanced his arm somewhere else, to be honest, just so he can get more time. But
How long does
there must
Cookie
be a
have
clear
left?
plan.
Cookie's probably got 1 or 2.
One more year max, Cookie.
Yeah. Yeah. Writing's on the wall.
All right.
I like the bench too for Cronulla. Just a little bit more balanced.
Yeah, it's a younger.
Yeah,
I
I love Loco, the young Pacifica Tonga kid. He's going really well. Sele, Hamish Stewart Little, yeah. I just like Talakai, man. He needs to make a big difference this week. Atkinson, Colhoun.
Yeah, Sharks. I was gonna flip them, but yeah, I'll stay with Sharks. All right, Titans versus Seagulls Friday, 8 p.m. at Seabus Super Stadium. So Tino and Mo are out on Origin duties. So Cleese Haas starts at lock. Isaac for Malawi joins the bench. We've got Josh Patson on NRL debut. Also coming in the side is Tukey Simpkins. He hasn't played since 2021 for the West Tigers. And hooker Sam Verrills is listed amongst the reserves as well. As for Manly, huge ins. Tom Turbo Travojevic is back. Jason Saab is also back from illness. Seaway Takiaho sees Jazz Tavanga revert to the bench. Toph Sipley to 18th man. And Leoi Hopewadi is in concussion protocols. It's the 11-day turnaround, so he won't play in this game as well. Lukey, what are the odds?
Literally the opposite of last game. Gold Coast at home at $3.50. Manly is $1.30, and the line with Tab is 11.5.
Oh, jeez. Manly just fucking threw me off last week.
Yeah, this game screams Manly, but you just can't, can you?
I just like Tommy coming back as well. And you got Takayaho in the middle. They can just bit more ball playing. Jakey's back. Their forward pack should have it. I like Ethan Bullimore's been probably one of their best forwards.
Yep, agreed.
Line speed through the middle there.
Takiaho's been the most consistent middle when he's there.
Yep.
Like Bullimore has flashier plays, but Takiaho's the guy.
Yep.
He's become the leader of the pack. I wish we got like just a Takiaho a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And Cherry Evans, I think he's just going to come back and go, I'm going to murder this team. I reckon he's just going to come back with that sort of fire and just go, fuck. It's not like it's going to get himself back into the team, right?
Yeah.
But who knows?
But
if Queensland win and the halves play awful and they just scrape through and you need someone like DC or an injury or something like that, he just still needs to he's not the sort of player who's going to go back to club football and have a whinge.
No way.
He's going to come back and go, I'm the best player on this team. Let's go.
And they're going against Desi and Foz.
Yeah.
So there's some added incentive there with the matchup.
It's up there. It doesn't matter. It's a dry track. It's nice.
All right. If it's a dry track, I love that as well. I can't pick. I've been going back and forth in this game. When you look at the lineups, you're like, Manly should win this.
What Manly did last week in that
But the
second half.
form line of the NRL, and not just Manly, you just can't hit anything with confidence with regards to results.
What's Manly coming?
So I've stayed. I think they're maybe
fifth or sixth, and Titans are last.
Yeah.
And we still don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
That's
and
how
Turbo's
tight
back,
That's how
and
tight
Ches
this
is playing,
comp is.
and Olaquatu's playing. But so here's what I'm just a little bit more confident on.
Go on.
Over 50.5. I think there's going to be some points. I want a dry track. I want these two teams to throw it around. Defensively, they haven't been that sound this year. So over 50.5 with a couple of try scorers from each team. AJ Brimson, he's pretty good to me, Alejandro.
Yeah.
He's really good to me. Even though the results haven't been going well for the Titans, he's chipping in. It feels like he's scoring every other game. So let's get AJ Brimson in his preferred spot at fullback. And with the return of Tom Travojevic and Dudley Cherevins on the right edge, I think there'll be a lot of drama, a lot of ball going down that right edge in and around Olaquatu. The guy who benefits the most from that is Ruben Garrick. I think Ruben Garrick gets over.
And Sabi.
He gets over for a sneaky try. So give me AJ Brimson anytime, Ruben Garrick anytime, and I want heaps of tries. I want heaps of points over 50.5. You can get that for $11.
Yeah, Manly all day.
All right.
Knights and Roosters.
This will be a good, sneaky good game.
Yeah.
All right, so the Knights versus Roosters Saturday, 5:30 p.m. at McDonald Jones Stadium. With Callum Ponga out, Fletcher Sharp moves to fullback. Jackson Hastings comes in for his first game. Mutters Croker goes to the prop in place of Tyson Frizzell. And Matt Arthur has been named on the extended bench because when I seen this on Tuesday, Phoenix Crossland was at lock. Brayley was named in a hooker. Sam Walker has been named to return as well. We played New South Wales Cup last week, Mace. Dom Young comes in on the wing. Mark Nwanga-Nitawase goes to the centres. Nafahu White is back with Nat Butcher.
Yeah.
His brother Egan joins the starting side, and Zach Docker-Clay, my boy, comes onto the bench. Lukey, what are the odds for this one?
Newcastle 270, Roosters $1.47. The line is -6.5.
Jackson Hastings back, huh? Very, very interesting. You know, like he's a sort of player that can come in there and just spark that whole joint. Or fuck it right up. I like the Roosters in this. The Roosters should, I think they're playing, they've just coming off the bye. They'll be fresh as hell. Forwards look stronger. I think they'll be pressuring those halves. You know, they're reasonably young. Look at them like Jack Cogger, Hastings. Just got to pressure these guys. They're front row. Like Brodie Jones, no disrespect to Matt Croker. They're back rows. Like Brodie's a bench player. Matt Croker's sort of like a lock. Yeah, but that's how much they're down on troops. You know what I mean? So
Down on middle's hard.
down on middles big time, and that's so important to win these games. Where you look at Nafahu White, Foketi, they're young boys, but
Geez, they're physical against the Cronulla team.
They're having a crack, the Roosters, big time.
And they had a good crack
And
against
attacking in numbers.
the Raiders as well.
Attacking in numbers. They're really good. They're back five. James Tedesco, career best form, I reckon.
He's playing so well.
Yep, everything, I think. And
Roosters?
Sam Walker coming back. Welcome back to first grade. I think he'll hopefully stay there for a while before he gets injured again. It happens in the game, but I just want to see him get about fucking 3 or 4 years out, just consistent football. Show his potential.
So, bye week. That's when we got our joy. That's when we got our jam. And that's when we got it with Dylan Lucas and Fletcher Sharp. So I'm doubling up on it again. And I'll take the +6.5 for Newcastle. Because I know even if the halftime speech isn't that great, they could get booed and go on a run.
It's up there too, isn't it?
So I'm relying on the Newcastle fans to get
They
me
should
home on
boo
this.
them when they run out in the first half.
Newcastle fans, boom from the first minute. I want the +6.5. Fletcher Sharp and Dylan Lucas, no need to boo them. They always step up. They always play well for your team. But if there's any worry about Adam O'Brien not being able to rally the troops, I know the fans will.
Yeah,
so
they know how to do it.
I'm on Newcastle.
They know how to do it.
I'm on Fletcher Sharp. I'm on Dylan Lucas. I think the Roosters win, but I'll take the +6.5 because even though the Roosters have been impressive, it's not like the star-studded Roosters of years past.
No, they're just having a crack.
Yeah, they're having a real crack.
And I think they're probably more dangerous like that.
Yeah, okay.
They're tackling numbers, and everyone just seems to be on it like the same page. There's no real superstar in that team anymore, apart from Teddy, and everyone else is just doing their thing. And Raj,
Rad's still there.
There's, when we told a couple of years ago, there's like 6 or 7 generals out there, right? Ball hawks, everything like that. Now there's only a couple. Sam Walker just run the team, mate. They should give him the keys.
Oh, shit, Sam Walker too. Fuck.
He's back.
Yeah.
So, he'll be looking to impress big time.
Sandon Smith dropped.
Ah,
That's a sign.
shit.
He's the odd man out. So if
Didn't know that.
if the DCE thing happens, I
Hugo,
think that's a
yeah,
clear
shit,
indication
all
that
right.
Hugo has jumped Sandon Smith at least.
Hugo.
The long kicking game, mate.
Has to be. It's so,
And the
so important.
big body.
So important. He defends good enough, so that's a big. Well, he's on the bench. It's all right.
But yeah,
I think he can come on. Yeah.
As in-
it's a pretty small bench, isn't it? Steep, Butcher, Docker Clay, and Sanders Smith. You got no big boys.
Steep's fucking dog.
I love Steep.
Yeah, I like Steep.
Yeah.
Who's my other boy? Foketi. Foketi's my
done.
guy.
It's good.
Foketi's my guy.
He's got some skill, man. Highly, highly skilled.
I'm anticipating a late change with Lasalu as well. He's the other one. He's the guy. You know what Foketi and Lasalu were a little bit are similar to? Remember when they used to have probably Foketi's a better attacker, but Lasalu is the defensive guy. Like he loves bashing guys. It's like their Dylan Napa, Kane Evans rotation.
Back in fucking 2019,
Remember those
2018,
two
they
guys were
just
young?
Come on, just smack the shit out of
Kane Evans tries to run over top of you, and
Kane Evans put that shot on big Maxime Cassiano.
That was
that was
sick.
clean.
that was sick.
That was clean.
And Dylan Napa, he was disgusting to run it.
Yeah, he
No
did
one
hits,
fuck with
man.
Naps,
Yeah, I
man.
remember playing against him when I was at the back end of mine. I was like, fuck
Yeah.
off. Fucking sit there. He just loves Sonny Bill. And he just tried to replicate hitting like that. I was
Mate,
like,
he just had it in his
go
game.
away, yeah.
Remember when he fucked up the Inspired and Unemployed boys?
Fucking hit, man.
He's playing. I heard him. He got interviewed the other day on SEN. He's playing out at Glebe with who else played out there?
Young man, isn't he?
Zofaluma played it there last year. Yeah,
Still young.
Narps would be 30,
30?
31.
She's just...
He played it hard through the middle though.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I like some of the young. Always said it. Roosters best development team in the competition.
32.
32 Narps.
Still got some foot in him.
Good human too, Narps. Big Narps.
One of the greats.
All right, let's get to the Cowboys versus the Dolphins on 7:35 p.m. This is at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. So Drinky takes over as skipper. Congrats to Drinky while their two captains are out. Murray Taulagi also returns from a calf injury. Huge in. Kai O'Donnell back. And even bigger in, Jason Tomololo returns from injury. So new faces are also Braden Burns, Jake Clifford,
Yep.
Thomas McKaylee, and this is a cool one. Tom Leroy Lars' son
How good's
will
that?
play in this game, and I seen a post from
Jordan
from
McLean.
Randa.
Jordan
Was it
McLean played both with Tommy Leroy Lars and Caden Lars. That is unbelievable.
Big Tommy. Fuck, he had a good couple of years.
He's random stats guy that put
Yeah.
that up.
Yeah, I
Shout
saw
out
that
Rendo.
yesterday. What do you reckon?
That's a cool moment, eh?
It is, eh?
Yeah.
Big Tommy. Fuck, he must have had him young.
Yeah.
Tommy's got at least 6 years older than Tom. Easily. More.
You're not 6 because Tommy's older than me by a year.
is
or
he?
two.
So
yeah, he's in between
So
us.
he'd be like 42 or something.
I reckon
41?
40, 41, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
40,
Yeah,
41.
yeah, I think he's Sonny's age.
Because,
I think he's Sonny's age.
I played against
85
Tommy.
kid.
This is why I know the age. Tommy was in the Opens. His last year of high school, I played against him in the Opens when I was 16. So he's 2 years older than me. So he's turning 41. Okay. Anyway, so also for the Dolphins, the one change that they had against you guys that worked really well going into the bye last time, Averillo to fullback, Max Fiangai goes into the centres, and also Ray Stone back in for Max Plath.
I like the Dolphins, even though it's up there. Beautiful weather to play up there now, North Queensland.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's not as hot,
Yeah,
it's not
true.
as crazy.
Yep.
Still a little bit humid, obviously, but
As long as it doesn't rain.
The seven gets me over. Whenever I'm just sitting on the fence like that, Katoa he's been playing so good. I just think he's
Yep.
Tab agree with you,
Sorry.
mate.
Yeah.
$1.53, $2.50 for North Queensland, and the line is 5.5.
yeah, they missed a few troops. Cowboys, important parts. Ruben Cotter through the middle.
Murray Taulagi and Jason Tomololo back are going to help.
Yeah,
They're really going to help. You know,
interesting to see how Clifford and Purdue go.
I want you to watch a player and let me know what you think. And I know, like, you watch games,
Yeah.
but just like I want a highlight play for you. Watch Oren Keeley for me.
I was fucking going to say that. I love him. I like him. I rate him, mate.
Yeah. So
Big
we're
body.
talking about,
I was saying it last
edges?
week. Yeah.
You know, you're talking about
Yeah.
edges like they're looking for a guy.
Yeah.
I think he's the guy. He's got the capabilities to sort of.
He can go to another level.
Yeah, I think he's got another
he's
level.
got it. I don't know where they got him from, but he goes good.
Newcastle.
I've been watching him. Really? Fuck.
Newcastle 2-3 years
I've been
ago.
watching him for about, since last year. I think he come off the bench a couple of times and then definitely this year. I knew you were going to say that because I've been watching Oren Keeley. He's got a cool name.
He's got a cool name.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to
Kurt Donohue's back at lock. I like that.
Yeah, I like Donnie.
Because he's got that skill set. Jerry Marshall King, Marshall King's a very important cog to this team. He needs to start getting back to his form.
Needs to stay healthy.
Stay healthy, but
just
get back
needs-
to some sort of
yeah.
form of like a couple of years ago. He's getting back into it now. Molo, Kafusi, Funufuaki, or
The problem with Jez,
it's a very well balanced team, mate.
Before we move off him, the problem with Jez is he just doesn't have a 1 or 2 week. He misses like 6
Yeah,
weeks.
he's a 6 to 8 all the time.
And it fucking hurts. Like,
Yeah.
how can you get rhythm playing like that?
You don't. You just can't.
miss conditioning.
You know, he
Yeah.
just, and that sucks. And he's always had those sort of problems. I just want to. So when he plays like full seasons, like he had for us in 2023, he'll play of the year.
Yeah, he's silky.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely killed it. That's what got him the contract up there.
Maybe
Francis Molo's
2022.
been playing really well. They're playing some good football, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
He's been a good pickup, Frankie Molo.
yeah.
Yeah, considering all the middles
Fit.
that they've lost.
Yeah.
Benny, like, I don't know
Rate
if
him.
they anticipated that. Maybe it would have been directly associated to obviously Flegler missing so much time. But then once you lose Saifidi, they've lost heaps of middles. Tommy Gilbert, who can play middle.
Yeah. I like the team. I like him.
All right, let's get to the last game. Rabbitohs versus the Bulldogs. So Dry Gray will play fullback. Sullivan moves to 5'8" for Cody Walker. Jamie Humphries in the starting lineup at halfback. Davey Mwale added to the bench, and Campbell Graham is still amongst the reserves. Pardon me. Lachlan Galvin moves in the starting lineup with Matt Burton in Blues camp, 18th man. Jacob Carraz is in the centres, but he's also been called in for cover for Brian Toto. So that's a wait and see.
Nice.
Blake Wilson comes in onto the wing. Josh Curran shifts to the front row. Jacob Preston makes his return from suspension. Jake Turpin and Kurt Moran are the new faces on the bench.
We don't lose much, do we, when we've got Birdo out and you put Lockie Galvin in there?
Yeah, this time, yeah. For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks doesn't look that bad, does it? Joshy Curran, I thought he was one of our best last week. I think Daniel Saluka Fafita was outstanding as well.
He was good, yeah.
He's
He's been good since
he's
playing,
been really good. You know, you got kicks there, Presto's back, Bailey Haywood's 13. Yeah, I don't see us losing this game. Put it that way. I know these guys there's no Latrell, there's no Cody. That's the energy source there, and that's the X factor that you're like, oh shit, okay, they can match it with anybody. South.
What odds? What start do I have? Because I'm going to go Rabbitohs with the start though, Mace. And I'll tip Rabbitohs. I think Rabbitohs can upset you.
7.5.
Really?
7.5.
Line 7.5.
This
This
has
has on the upset, eh?
South's head-to-head at 2.90.
I reckon
Doggies
we're gonna
are
fucking pump 'em.
Doggies are $1.42 with tab.
I reckon we're fucking really wipe the floor with them.
You wear a South jersey and I'll wear a Bulldogs jersey again next week. Well, I just want to keep going until I get you on a jersey.
Yeah. Ooh, Myrtle and Green would look good on me, I don't think.
Sure.
Yeah, you would look grouse in a South jersey. Yeah, you
jeez.
would. You would.
I like our boys, man.
Look,
Presto was back. I think Bailey Haywood's been one of our best unsung heroes. Harry Hayes has been good. Kurt Moran, Lips, Hapoi. Jake Turpin's an interesting sort of selection, but he can play 9. He's a tough little fella.
Yeah, he played against the Dolphins too.
Yeah.
He's the one that sort of cost you against the Dolphins. Remember that try got disallowed?
Yep.
He's a tough little bugger, Turpin.
Connor Tracy was outstanding. Our back five was unreal. But I want Bronson Cherry. All the guys that obviously some of our better players. Bronson, like he was a bit off when we played the Dolphins. You know what I mean? He swapped sides. He's on the right side. Hopefully he stays on the left this time. Marcello Montoya.
We didn't talk about it. Carraz got called into Blues camp.
I just said that.
Sorry, I was looking for the odds. I was checking the odds.
That's all right.
It's okay, mate.
But look at the Souths team, mate. Jack White and Isaiah Tass, Munro Johnston, Dry Gray's he was leading Dally M's at one point.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Sullivan and Humphries worry me. But Humphries was proven to be a winner early on. I like him back at the 7. Dry Arrow, Kalamatangi, Ewan Aiken, Tullis Duncan.
Yeah. You know who's head on a plate? Keon.
Yeah, big time.
We've got to take Keon.
Big
We've got to
time.
look after Keon because he's been playing a lot of minutes, man.
Yeah.
I reckon 15 minutes too many. Right? There's a lot of laziness around the ruck when you play high speed grinds against South and you keep the ball in play. A lot of walkers.
That's right. I remember.
A lot of Chris Walkers.
Heavy Benz.
Heavy.
A lot of Texas.
Sammys. Heavy Sammys.
A lot of Sammys going around. So that's the plan, right? You just fucking run them into submission. We're fit as fuck.
Yep.
But
that
in saying that, they're Wayne Bennett coached. They'll be in it for the whole game.
Yep.
But you put Latrell and Cody in there, I'm sitting there going with confidence, but not as much confidence as I am now.
Another cool part about last week, calling the game, South Sydney players, Wayne and Campbell Graham, or even all the extended bench, not made them, but they all waited out on the field for Papa to do his presentation on the field as well. Wayne come out,
Wayne Bennett.
was down on the sideline. It was freezing cold.
Wayne would have been.
Wayne would have looked after him at Queensland.
No.
Yeah,
Wayne
for
loves
sure.
Big Papa.
But
yeah.
no, Wayne, whether he coached him or not, would understand the enormity of what he's just achieved and the respect that Papa would have amongst the playing community regardless. But yeah, all the Rabbitohs would have been furious because they got pumped in the end.
Pumped, and it was -4.
Yeah, they're winning 12-0 too, remember? It was minus fucking 2 or 3. And they all sat out there for, I reckon, I shit you not, Mace, 10 to 15 minutes
You know what?
before
Wayne
the
don't
proceeding.
handle the cold either. He sits there. If it's fucking 10 degrees, he's sitting there fucking shaking.
Yeah. So that shows how much Papali'i
That's
means
exactly.
to him. Yeah.
That's respect.
That's
Right?
respect.
And that's what, that's the culture that they're driving.
Yep.
And he does that. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's unspoken about. No one's even said that.
Yeah. Well, there you
What
go.
about
That's why we
any mail on
That's why
Schuster?
we're different.
We're levels.
We're levels.
Any
mate.
mail on Schuster in New South Wales Cup?
Not going well by all reports. Yeah.
just-
I watched him play
otherwise
his first or you know what? I watched him
Otherwise,
play.
he'd be playing right
That's
now.
what I
because
mean,
Cody
yeah.
Walker's out. So if he was doing all the right things, he'd be playing.
I watched the Bulldogs game Easter Monday.
So did I.
New South Wales
I
Cup
saw
were
it.
playing. He's too big, mate.
Awful.
He's too big.
He's got to lose 15 kilos. Wasn't there a time there, Manly? He looked ripped.
Yeah,
Not
Silky.
ripped. I don't think he's gonna
Contract
get ripped,
time.
but-
That first big contract just before that.
Yeah, he had an off season
Need to
with
get
our
back
man.
into that.
He had an off season with our man Donny. He remember he withdrew from Samoa, stayed back with Manly, and Desi and Donny had him training doing hills, and he was started that season peak fitness, got an upgrade in the contract.
There's a
and
place there where I just want him to go fucking just say after this year, and Wayne goes, mate, you get an 8-week camp to get fit before anything. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about your football. Just you've got to get fit. You know what I mean? And then just run him and get his as fit as possible, skill set, just in his own. Just train by your fucking self with your own personal trainer. Have a dietitian. Have everybody cook for you. Just be on top of everything because that's what he can't do. He doesn't know how to do it. That's being a professional, right? I'd have someone just going, here's your guy. We'll pay you fucking whatever. And then just look after him, get him down to X, Y, and Z, whatever body fat and everything.
he needs a gang. He needs to train with the group though.
But I know that, but just something outside of football because it looks like football gets to him, right?
Wayne did that for his coven in Japanese rugby now. What's his name?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I reckon Shui should go to Union.
Yeah.
I reckon he'd be all right in Union.
With our big boy over there, what's his name?
Valence Tomatoes.
Tomate. I love
Tafade.
watching him. Tafade.
Yeah.
You keep mixing it up because the mutters.
Mutters
Fucking
Tafade. Yeah,
exactly.
Valence
I
Tomatoes.
said tomati. Fucking Valence
He's
tomati.
fucking killing them over there.
Killing him.
Multi for this game. I've got South plus 7.5. I think they can hold up their arms and keep it nice and close. I'm expecting Lockie Galvin to be a straight swap for Birdo on the left edge. So I want anything in and around that. Give me Bronson Sherry. Anytime try score for the Bulldogs. And I said it last week. We're backing him every week. I want to see him break the record this year.
Yeah,
Alex
I want him
Johnston.
to get. I'll give him two.
He can have 2?
He can have two. He
Okay.
can have two.
But I only need
two
one.
from the sideline.
I need one for my multi.
I want him
Alex
two.
Johnston anytime. Bronson Cherry anytime. South plus 7.5.
I want him to score every single game.
Do you need the odds? Would you like the odds?
I would love the odds.
$9.
Mitchell Dodds.
See you on Monday.
Enjoy your footy.
Yeah.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.